What's good, yo? Welcome to my review of this week's episode of Tokyo Ghoul Re. Now, I gotta say, this week's episode was much better than last. Now, last week's episode I fucking loved, so I gave that one a 9 out of 10. But this episode, I'm like, yes, this is Tokyo Ghoul. This is why I love the series. This is why. And this episode is definitely a lot. This episode, you can definitely tell that Period slowed down. Like, this does feel like they only did adapt, like, maybe 2-3 chapters for this week's episode. So I was like, they're gonna keep the sixth chapter for all the episodes. It was only the first one, thankfully, so because the pacing for this episode was a lot much better. And I was gonna say, guys, the music for this episode was also. That music was lit. That music was amazing for this week's episode of Tokyo Ghoul. Now, before I actually talk about this week's episode, somebody dropped a comment on my Teen Titans Go video, which you guys remember I did a while ago about me talking about the news about Lil Yachty voicing the Green Lantern in Teen Titans Go the Movie. This is what he said, and I quote, "Don't say nigga again, you white piece of trash. That is why you have 73 subscribers." Now, the reason I'm telling you this is because when I read this, I was dying laughing. Because in case you guys didn't know, I'm actually black Hispanic. When it was like, white piece of trash. Well, you're a fucking dumbass. Do your research before you start calling people white piece of trash. I'm sorry, guys. When I read that, I was just dying. I just had to show this to my good friend Eli Moore. Like, oh my god, I was dying. I was like, this dumbass clearly didn't watch that many of my videos where I show my face, because then you can tell I'm black Hispanic. I know. I mean, do I sound white? I don't think I do. I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry. I just had to talk. I just had to bring that up because man, that made my day. A few days. That made my day. Because that comment just had me dying. Anyway, let us begin with this week's episode of Tokyo Ghoul, with the battle between Heisei and the masked individual by the name of Orochi. Now, so Heisei first goes on the offensive. He destroys his Kagane, and they're like, "Oh, he destroyed his Kagane," and he's like, "Don't worry, I'll grow." And our man, my man, Urie's like, "I'll grow back." And so what it does, and then Heisei grabs his Queen K, and he fights with both of Kagane's Queen K. But after this is when Orochi really goes on the offensive. He just beats the shit out of Heisei's like, and he starts like, hit him with a flurry of kicks, setting him to the ground, which is then where our boy Kaneki shows up. It's like, "Come on, Heisei, get up!" Which then, Kaneki takes control, popping his knuckles like Jason. He's like, "Stay back." He doesn't go full on where like his voice is like really deep, but he's like, you can tell Kaneki's in control and not Heisei. Which then Heisei just or I should say Kaneki in this case, just beats the ever-living shit out of him, and then he's like, "Careful, you keep going, you'll kill me." Takes off his mask, and it's revealed to be our boy Nishio. Yeah, Nishio, or no, Nishiki. Nishiki is the man who's this masked individual. Why is he doing this? Who the hell knows? Maybe it'll get explained. But hey, he's like, that's old. He's like Kaneki, which then kind of takes Heisei. Birds goes in having like a panic attack or an episode or whatever you want to call it, mental breakdown. Cause like, he's like, because I read like his mind is starting to remember and piece together what went down in Tokyo Ghoul. With him before all the shit went down when it was Kaneki with Toka and that crew. It's probably where it's like So then a bunch of other Ghoul investigators show up. They take out his Kagane and like subdue him, like get him under control. Akira then provides her statement to we managed to take care of Heisei, blah 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 blah. Which then we get introduced to two new investigators, Kijima and Fruta. Now I'm gonna call it right now. Kijima's going to stab the CCG. He's gonna turn on him. Just judging by the way he looks and experience with other anime series and characters that definitely look suspicious as fuck. Like Gin Ichimaru, I'm calling it. Now, Fruta, like I said, guys, like I said in my last video, I did read chapters of Re, after 125, 135, whichever one it was, when Token became canon. Oh, that was a glorious chapter. So I know bits and pieces about what happens to Fruta. I'm not gonna spoil anything for anime onlys or people that aren't caught up to the manga or whatever. But I do know like little bits and pieces. I don't know much because I was really only reading those chapters for like the Token shit. I also would watch Chibi's reaction like while I was reading or like after I read, just so I get I guess a little bit of extra context of like what the hell is going down in these chapters. Anyway, so he's like, oh, I heard your last mission was eventful. You took care of Satsuki, blah 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 blah. Which then we get back to the Quinks headquarters, or I guess Heise's house, whatever it is, and where we see actually another member of the Quinks, Psycho. She's actually playing on her PSP. Which then we get to Urie and Heise, where Heise slaps him across the face, telling him, like, as a captain, if your life is threatened, run! He's like, he says, I really warrant a slap. And then he's like, he tells him, like, you're relieved of duty as captain. He's like, you're just a ghoul to me. Because as we all know, Uri only cares about that promotion. So Shinazu gets pissed off by this, gets right into Urie's face and like, Mr. Saw saved us, you bastard, blah blah. So he's like, and Heise's like, stand down, Shinazu. That doesn't change decision. So, that's the end of that. After that, we get back to Urie, where he's like, he's pretty much just not walking at this. No, actually, before that, we go to the CCG headquarters, where we have Heise and Arima on top of a table. Where Heise just repeats to Arima what he just did, appointing Shirazu as captain of the Queen Squad, blah blah blah. Which then they have a little like like sparring match where Arima is using a fucking pen. Which so they're dodging, they're talking about all this other shit, blah blah blah. So at the end, when Arima gets about to right between, he's like, okay, I surrender. I was like, it's a fucking pen, dude. It ain't gonna kill you. He's not. Arima's not Jason Bourne. Anyway, so after that, we get to Urie. He's like, walking down the CCG headquarters where we meet another CCG operative. I forget his last name, but he's actually the son of Aiwa. I can't remember, but you guys know the guy that worked with that had that Kagane that was that was essentially just armor that would eat the wearer if he wore it for too long. Yeah, his last name is just slipping my mind right now. Anyway, where actually Urie he holds a grudge over him because he is a spawn of course his father, who he says let his father die instead of working alongside. So yeah, he's like he holds a grudge over the fact that his father's dead and it was that he didn't save him and stop him. So Urie then goes to the doctor and tells him, hey, I want to upgrade my my Kagane. And he's like, you sure about that? And then they kind of explain, not exactly how Kaganes work, like talk about Arcea cells and shit, but I guess explain how Quinks' Kaganes work, or how they're like in different phases. Like his is only at 40% of its true power, and he wants to get it up, and there's like about 5 phases of it. And he's like, upgrade, but it's like, okay, I need permission of Heise, and I believe the captain, which I believe he's referring to Arima, or maybe it's Shirazu. And so we then get back. So then we see Akira and Heise. They're in a car. They're pretty much just on top of about the investor they just met, who was the last survivor of this attack. I think it was the same CCG operative that survived that attack that they had with the rabbit, which is Ayato. And so, which then we lead to Torso, where he's like, I'm talking to Ayato while he has his match. Like, hey, and he's like, sure you want to join Origiri? It's got like a lifetime commitment, blah 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 blah. And he's like, I'll join just so you can, kill that the member of the place. I forget her name. It's the chick with the eye patch. Which then leads us. So then after that, we see Urie walk back, and we get in class where we found actually they're off the Torso case because he is now, because it is rumored, because the CCG think he's a member of Algiri, and that is for like the top tier guys at the CCG to take care of Algiri tree cases. Where we also see Psycho right in the fridge and grabs a ham and is just like, and they're like, you really gonna eat that whole ham by yourself? He's like, nah! She just kind of like runs off with the ham. So, which then leads us, and then he has like, and then Uri asks like, hey, we got any orders? He's like, yeah, they want to track down the Nutcracker, which we know where she got her name from because, well, they show us some straight up BDSM shit. Like, it's this fat dude hanging up and this chick like wearing leather, like I said, BDSM shit, where she has her heel in the same area where your balls are and crushes them. Yeah, a ghoul that crushes balls. Sheeta, you gotta be into some weird shit, man. I mean, I'm just saying, like, he's probably, I don't know if he's into with some weird shit or something, but I'm just saying. Anyway, so after that, we get to the best part of the episode. When I saw this, I was like, yes! 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 Even Chibi can't bitch about this! Although, I probably still will be. I love Chibi reviews, but I'm like, he just enjoys it. Even he, and I gotta say, the music was just, the music. This music part where they go into the new cafe, and Hides is like, oh man, I love the aroma of the place. It's gonna have a great cup of coffee. Where then we see Yomo, he's got just chilling behind the desk, just kind of watching Hides. Where then we see best girl Toka. Now, like I said before, her hair is not like the baby blue like it is in the manga. It's purple, but I think it's actually more of a darkish blue, because in the light it kind of looked bluish, but at the same time it's probably just purple. I wouldn't be surprised if the Blu-rays actually changed it to blue to baby blue for the Blu-rays, because in case you guys didn't know, anime Blu-rays tend to also fix like anime errors, like improve the animation for the Blu-rays, like JoJo does that. Berserk actually darkened Kasa's skin because it was pretty much white in the anime, but they changed it to more brown like it is in the manga. Anyway, so then he orders his cup of coffee. Toka's just just shocked, because of course it's the first time she's seen our boy Kaneki in so long. And then he gets his cup of coffee. Toka's just standing there with a smile on her face. He drinks it, and a tear comes out of his cool eye. It doesn't turn red, but just he only gets a tear from that one eye. And he's just like, this feels so familiar. And then he looks at Toka. How did I not know there's a woman this beautiful? And I'm just like, Ashina! I love you! Oh, that was just so... And also, I forgot to mention, in the part where he talked with Ariman Heise, he actually talks about, he's like, oh yeah, while I'm there, I'll borrow a book. And he's like, no, I could just bring it to you. He's like, nah, I would like to see my grandkids, or which I was like, this is why I love Tokyo Ghoul. And the moment with Toka was just the icing on that cake. The music was spectacular. We also see little flashes of Urie getting the surgery to upgrade his Kagane. But the stuff with Toka, she's just sitting there with a smile on her face, just happy to see Kaneki. And I feel like she even knows that he's still in there somewhere with that cup of coffee, because I feel like that music, that moment was just beautiful. That was just beautiful to watch. So my final verdict for this week's episode of Tokyo Ghoul is a 10 out of 10. If this is how the rest of the series is going to go down, bravo, Studio Period. I feel like even Chibi will probably have to admit, alright, this season was actually pretty good. Hopefully this also means we get season 4, which, I don't think I mentioned it before, but we are only going to be getting 12 episodes with this season. Unfortunately, I was hoping for 24, but hey, we only get 12. Which hopefully means that hopefully we get season 4, then a season 5, and a season 6, so on and so on until we're done with Re. Because I don't want them just, doing 2 seasons of Re, and the next one's anime only, where they kind of just rush through everything. I want them to take their time, because I heard there's a lot of shit they still got Bloodstained Kaneki you gotta do, then you got Kaneki where he's back to being Kaneki with the white hair, then you got the stuff with then you got Token becoming canon, which I'm actually curious of how far Studio Parents actually going to go with chapter 135 or 125. I forget which number it was, but if they're going to go full on like they did in the anime, or the manga, or they not go, or they going to show little flashes but not really show much. I don't know how they're going to do that scene if we are ever going to get that far in the Tokyo Ghoul anime with that, if they go that far with the manga. But anyway, and also guys, my Avengers review is up. I wouldn't be surprised if we got 10 seconds, because I uploaded that pretty late at night, because I was like, gotta get this out before it turns midnight, because WrestleMania was going on while I was watching. I didn't have enough time, because I was also I was reacting to the show at the same time, so I didn't have enough time to just swap to Premiere and export it and just wait for it to export. Then I had to wait for it to upload, blah blah blah. So yeah, now that's all done and dealt with. I'm also going to be getting on the reactions today. I'll try to get I'll definitely be getting one out today. Hopefully I might get another one. So yeah, expect a new 2 reactions to the two matches that did WrestleMania today, or just 1, I don't know, depending on how much I got time for. Anyway, so hope you guys enjoyed the video. Leave a like if you did, subscribe if you're new, follow me on Instagram, Twitter if you like. Links down in the description. Yeah, links down in the description box below. And as always, come back for more. See you guys next time.